Morrison Springs is one of our 2 or 3 most popular parks. Arguably, during the summer, it's our most popular park. It, Grady Brown, or We Care, one of those 3. But there's a lot of people use those parks. While that's not a big burden at maybe We Care, and not at Grady Brown, it's a little bit, but not as bad. But Morrison is a spring, and it's relatively enclosed, and it pumps millions of gallons of pure spring water out every day. But it's also sensitive to pollution, and so all the numbers of people who use that to swim and kayak and boat and all those other things is beginning to put stress on that spring. Our staff has been working on it.
I'm Scott Carraway, Deputy Public Works Director of Walton County. I wanted to take this time to go over some changes that we're going to have at Morrison Springs that the Board of County Commissioners recently voted on. We're working on placing a new entrance building at the facility. Boat launch area will be restricted to vehicles with boat trailer parking only. Some other improvements we have planned at the park are we're going to be working with the Florida Department of Environmental Protection to amend the land management plan for Morrison Springs. We're going to look at adding a new boat launch area to separate the boaters from the kayakers and the general beach area. So we're going to look at adding a new drive access to separate the boating traffic from the general admission area to the park. And we'll also be looking at maybe providing some expanded parking opportunities as well as an additional bathroom over by the new boat ramp and kayak launch area.
We approved $4 per car to go in, and when the parking lot fills, we will close the gates. So that's going to limit the number of people in that park. That's the management plan that the state uses at Ponce de Leon Springs, which is 4 or 5 miles up the road. So we're mirroring the state. The plan has been very successful at Ponce de Leon, so it should translate to Morrison very easily. It's similar circumstances. We did exempt vehicles with boat trailers, and which is another one of the big issues that's come up in Morrison. There's the spring itself, which is more for picnicking and swimming and diving and things of that nature. When that park was in District 1 and it was Commissioner was Scott Brannon, they built a kayak and boat launch. That's a very narrow area. Come to the point where cars are going down there and parking in what should be boat or trailer parking. And that's created some tension between the 2 groups. So we're going to prohibit vehicles without trailers from being in that area to try to cut that down. And then the trailers won't have to pay admission. Hopefully in the short term those problems will subside until the 3rd part we approved, which is to proceed with the permitting and construction permitting of a new boat launch. As the creek goes down towards the river, we're going to put right there near the border where our property, it's actually the state's property, we lease it from them. We're going to put a new boat ramp with new parking for the boats and a new dedicated entranceway. Have the kayaks, canoes, and the paddle stuff over here at the what's there now, and then you have a new boat launch. That's going to help with safety at that park a lot, because right now you're launching those boats almost on top of the swimming area, and we don't want to have people mixing with boat motors. So moving that boat launch down the river or down the creek some will help with the safety aspect. So those are the things we approved yesterday, and we're hoping now all of this eventually will have to be approved by the state, because there has to be a management plan approved by the state. But they've already given us the go ahead to do these things within the current management plan.